Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is a lovely morning in North Carolina, even if it's overcast and it's a little bit damp and cool feeling out there. I've gotten up this morning, done my morning routine, had my exercise, I'm dressed down to the shoes and ready to roll with my day. How is your morning routine going? Have you gotten through all the parts of it? I know some of you really struggle with getting that morning routine done right off the bat, but you can do it one step at a time, and as you keep practicing it, you get better and better at it, and you automatically just do it. So keep at it and just keep trying. Keep it posted nearby. I always have mine up on my cabinet door here, so it's ready and available for me to check every morning if I want to. Today, for your zone mission, I want you to do a 27 fling boogie. A 27 fling boogie is simply a quick way to do some decluttering and get things put away. Go to your living room, or if the living room looks good, go anywhere else in your home. Find 27 things to throw away, put away, or keep. And then you may find some things you need to just move to a new location. I did a lot of that yesterday because I got in my new planners, hoping to do a video later this afternoon to show you the different parts of my new planner. But I had to make room for 21 boxes of planners. So I moved some things around, found a couple of things I needed to let go of and declutter, and just moved on with it. It didn't take very long because the boys helped me out, but I still declutter regularly. And a 27 fling boogie is designed to help you do it quickly. Get 3 boxes, mark them, throw away, put away, and donate. That's all you need to do. Then as you go through, you throw things into each of the boxes, and then you're done. Put the donate box in your car, take care of your trash, and then put away the items in the put away box. Good morning, Mary. She's catching up on her decluttering today. I wrote about that on the blog this morning and about filing. Some of you really struggle with your paper clutter. You don't know exactly what to do with some of it, and so you keep shuffling the same papers over and over and over again. Work on a simple system that will work for you. I have a pretty simple system where I file the bills to be paid into one file folder. When they're paid, I file them into their proper topic, per se, because I have a home-based business. I have expenses for my taxes, and so I file those. Then the next time I'll handle those papers is when I'm actually doing my tax return. So I don't handle them over and over again. The boys' homeschool papers I may handle a few more times, but mostly I'm grading it and they will take it back and correct it, and I'll review it again. Some things I keep, some things I toss. I don't keep everything they create. Keep papers that they write. I keep some test papers. I don't need to keep every single thing that they do because I know what they know. And for my state laws, I don't have to keep a whole lot of files. If you live in a regulated state where you have to have a portfolio, you may have to keep more papers. Set up a binder for each child. You can manage all these papers any way you can. For different people, it means different things. The Fly Lady has a wonderful office in a bag, and it's a zipper bag that fits around a 3-ring binder. You can put things in the binder, zip it closed, and they don't fall out. So take a look at the office in a bag if you're looking for a way to consolidate some of your papers into one location and you want to be sure you don't lose anything. We're also going to have a quick meal tonight because it's church night, so we're going to do chicken stir fry. We'll have something healthy and quick, and the boys all like chicken stir fry. At least if they don't eat all the vegetables, they'll eat the chicken and the rice, right? Sometimes we just have to pick and choose what we serve and cover all of our bases. But that's tonight's meal. We're going to do chicken stir fry. I'm going to fix a few sweet potatoes in my Instapot because I like my sweet potatoes and they're a good healthy source of a carb for me to maintain my energy for my running. So I'm going to have sweet potatoes on the side with my chicken stir fry. Tell me down below what area or what thing in your home causes you the most clutter. For a lot of people, it's paper clutter. For other people, it's a room where they've been putting things over the years that they want to deal with later. I know some of you have a garage or a basement that's happened to. So let me know down in the comments, where is your problem area with decluttering? We all have clutter. You know, I tell you that all the time. I still have things that I have to deal with. That's just part of the beast of having a large family and homeschooling. You bring things in, you take things out. If you're constantly bringing stuff in, be sure when you bring new things in that you get rid of the same number of things and work on that balance. Mary says her master bedroom is her catch-all. Mary, that's very common because we'll take things and we'll throw it in there, shut the door, and then we forget about it till it's time to go to bed. So work at that 15 minutes at a time. You don't have to do it all in a day, but work at it a little at a time. And when you have things that you find yourself putting in there that does not belong, try to find a home for those things. And Katie says she just has no room for all of her stuff, no storage. Some homes are like that. I remember growing up and going to my great-grandparents' house, on both sides of the family actually. They did not have storage like we have now. They did not have kitchen cabinets. They did not have closets in the bedroom. They were very basic in what they had in their homes. And probably one of my great-grandparents' homes would be considered like a tiny home today. It was not a very large home at all. But they had things that had their place. You knew where you could find things. My great-grandmother had a pie safe. And if you guys from the South know what that is like a big cabinet with glass doors where they keep baked goods. And she had a lot of great desserts kept in that. And she didn't have a counter space. She basically had the counter where her sink was, and that was her counter space, and a kitchen table, the pie safe, and then a very small area for a pantry. But they were farmers. They had, during my video this morning, she had a huge root cellar where she kept her vegetables. So that's how she dealt with that. They had 2 small bedrooms and no closets. So they were very conscious of what they had in those rooms. They had a wardrobe, and that's where they kept their hanging clothes and their folded clothes. And everything had a place. She had a place where she hung her apron, and they just didn't have a lot. Now, they raised 10 kids in a different house. They raised 10 children in a big farmhouse, but after all the kids were gone and married, when they retired to a tiny home with very little storage. My other great-grandparents lived in a Depression-era house. Back when you built those houses, you didn't build closets because you were charged taxes on how many rooms were in your house. So they also used wardrobes to store their clothes. And when you have those situations, you find yourself deciding what's the most important thing. You don't collect a lot of stuff, and you have less things to keep up with. So when you don't have storage, you have to be creative in how you deal with things. People who don't have a lot of storage a lot of times will use plastic rolling bins under their beds to keep extra canned goods or to keep off-season clothes. I don't keep a lot under my bed because I have closets and I have a good storage system and I'm not overwhelmed. But if I needed to in a smaller space, I would utilize that space under my bed. I would utilize any spaces that I had in bedrooms, whether it be with a cabinet or with shelves or whatever. I would look at the organization system in my closets. I would like to switch around some of the organization I have in our large walk-in closet because I don't have 5 boys sharing that closet anymore. I don't have that many clothes in there for the 2 boys who are using it now. So I think there's some things I could do differently in that closet to make that space work better for us. So if you struggle with not having a lot of room for storage, be creative. Let me know ideas that you've come up with. Some friends of ours live part-time in an RV and do a lot of traveling. She sent me pictures of how she organized her homeschool stuff. And she used a lot of those magazine holders that, sit tall and skinny. And she would use a line of those to organize her homeschool stuff and keep their papers together. And in a shelf below, she kept little plastic bins that had pens and pencils, crayons, art supplies, and those types of things. So she had to be creative with 4 people living in a small RV because they wanted to do their homeschool stuff while they were traveling. So there are ways to deal with having small spaces, but a lot of it will come down to decluttering and making choices as to what's important to you. What do you need to keep? What do you need to use in your house? There are things that I'm letting go of because they're still sitting here taking up space in my home, even though they're put away in a nice place. If I'm not using them, they don't need to stay. So I'm still letting go of things from my kitchen and from my closets. So I want you guys to have a fantastic day. I'm really excited about this week. It's been a really good week. We've dealt with some sickness. I don't know if you can tell, I'm pretty stopped up this morning. A couple of the boys have had strep, so I've been doing a little bit of germ taking care of around here with my little Clorox wipes and taking care of our commonly touched surfaces. I'll switch out toothbrushes after they've been on their antibiotics a few days, and we'll keep washing our hands and praying that we all stay well, because I do not have time for strep. I don't want strep or the flu, and I know you guys feel the same way about that. So Katie, you have a great day too. Thank you. And I will do a video later today, probably, or tomorrow, through YouTube, where I show you some of the interior pages of my planner, and I'll post a link to that video later. But I can do some screen sharing with YouTube that I can't do easily here on Facebook. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.